Well, since federal officers arrived in Portland, we have seen the use of tear gas almost nightly. Now, one federal defender says it's not just the crowds of protesters feeling its effects, but inmates at the Justice Center as well. Fox 12's Drew Reeves joins us live downtown. Drew?
Yeah, we spoke to one federal defender who said her clients within the jail at the Justice Center were complaining about tear gas in their cells. She says it got in through the ventilation system, and now she wants the feds to stop. Early this week, federal defender Lisa Hayes says while federal officers were using tear gas to disperse crowds of protesters, several inmates on the 7th and 8th floors of the Justice Center said they were tear gassed too.
I think they were frightened because they didn't know how bad it was going to get. And as the tear gas kept pouring into their cells, they ended up lying on the floor to try to get fresh air, which is just frightening. It should never have happened.
She says her clients were pushing the panic buttons in their cells, asking for help from guards. She says it eventually came, and guards opened up the slot for food in the middle of the door to allow for some fresh air.
It's a pretty terrible situation if you're presumptively innocent person waiting for trial. The state should be taking care of you and not tear gassing you.
The Multnomah County Sheriff's Office said in a statement that it had received some complaints from some adults in custody on Tuesday about tear gas. Their statement reads, starting Tuesday, July 21st, employees and adults in custody experienced a decrease in air quality due to smoke from fires set by demonstrators on 2nd Avenue, and later some effects from tear gas deployed by federal officers. It says the Sheriff's Office decided to regularly close air dampers from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. That means the building's airflow is recirculated and filtered rather than drawing air from outside. But Hayes says the Sheriff's Office should do more.
I hope the sheriff will work with federal law enforcement to ask them to stop tear gassing people on the streets of Portland. People who are held in that detention center have a right to clean air, and they shouldn't have to have the ventilation system turned off to have clean air.
The Sheriff's Office went on to say its duty is to keep everyone safe, saying, "We care deeply for the adults in custody and have legal and moral obligation to protect them, as well as dozens of corrections deputies and county staff that provide rehabilitation, support, and health services around the clock." The Sheriff's Office also said it does everything it can to keep people in safe, but that they can't always control the environment around them. It said right now there are about 250 people in custody in the building, but it did not know how many of them had complained about smoke and tear gas. Reporting live downtown, Drew Reeves, Fox 12 Oregon.